Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money,
sex and bodies?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. Hi, I'm Dickie Copeland.
And I'm Hannah Garces.
And this is The Tarot Show.
Welcome. Today we're going to do a deep dive on the Two of Swords. We're doing an episode on every card in the whole deck. We're going through not just the major arcana, but also the minor, one by one.
The pip cards.
The pip cards. I like when you do these. I always learn something new and cool.
You were showing me the analytics, and it seems like people are actually using it as a resource, which
Yeah.
is so cool. There are some people going back and you can see them going through the cards. We haven't done one in a minute, but we're going to continue doing them. And I like the way that we're doing it, which is truly through all of the cards. Instead of doing major and then minor, we started with the Fool, and then did the Aces, and then went to Magician, I believe. Oh, actually, no, because Magician was 1, right?
Right.
And Fool was 0.
Yes.
But today we're on our last 2.
That's it for twos after this.
2s are done. Remember when you called our legs our 2s?
Our twos. Did I call them that or did you call them that?
I really don't know. Our jokes are shared proprietary. We're like a common law married
Yeah.
comedian family.
Mm-hmm.
So any joke really belongs to the both of us. It's definitely if I said it. That's for sure. Yeah, I guess we can just kind of hop into our show here, huh?
Yeah. Did I hear you have some retractions? Set the record straight on some things.
Yeah, I need to give a verbal notes app to the listeners.
All right.
It's so funny how this has become pretty common for us. Yeah, I have to issue a retract. Well, it's more like a missed connection.
Uh-huh.
Literally, really, because I was listening to our last episode and we were talking about how Annabelle was like an Elizabeth Warren type character because nevertheless she persisted. But you had earlier talked about how the couple in The Conjuring are the Warrens. Mm-hmm. And I said Elizabeth Warren and I didn't connect it to the Warrens. That would have been brilliant in the moment. I just feel like, like when you watch old footage and you miss the ball in the air and you're like, oh, it would have been a touchdown. Anyways, I had to say it.
You could have gone pro.
I could have been a contender. So that's our big retraction.
Good.
But we also have an update.
Oh.
One of our dear 7 listeners.
Don't name them.
I know, I was going to say, that would be a real retraction. At Proto Moon, FKA Funky Boss.
Funky Boss.
Mr. Gabe sent me an article. I need to share it with the school of fish that follow us. Here we go. An article. Yacht sinks after latest incident involving orcas in Strait of Gibraltar. A vessel measuring 15 meters in length sank after an encounter with the animals. And this is our original pod, not the one the offshoot in Scotland. An unknown number of orcas have sunk a yacht. Eat the rich.
Yeah.
After ramming it in Moroccan waters. Spain's Maritime Rescue Service has said the latest in a series of similar incidents involving the animals. So it was like basically 50 feet long for the Americanos. And it had 2 people on it. The highly social apex predators, also known as killer whales, sunk it at 9 a.m. local time on Sunday. The passengers reported feeling sudden blows to the hull and rudder. We know they go for the rudder.
Yeah, we know their strategy.
Before the boat started taking on water. A nearby oil tanker took the 2 people on board, so they still haven't killed anybody. The yacht was left adrift and eventually sank. The incident is the latest example of a recurring orca rammings around the Gibraltar Strait that separates Europe from Africa and off the Atlantic coast. Experts believe this to involve a subpopulation of about 15 individuals, given the designation Gladys, after, we know, the OG.
Damn.
Gladys.
They keep doing it.
Isn't that incredible? Doesn't it just lift your spirits?
Yeah.
It made me so happy.
Makes me feel nice.
So anyways, I really appreciate Gabe sending that because I do want to track the actions. If I had a little board, I would put little pins
Oh,
where they sunk all the boats.
Yeah. We should do that.
Maybe we will do that.
Maybe we can make a little post with a little updated map.
It's like the opposite of a dream board, like a sinking board.
Sinking board.
Yeah. Anyways, just some good news to share with the audience.
Happy for them.
Yeah. Happy for us. How's everything else going with you, Han? How's life?
Fine.
A rousing endorsement for staying alive.
Yeah, why not?
You know what we did
else
do
am I
this
doing?
morning that was fun?
What?
Is it won't come out for a minute, but we guested on Improv is Dead, a funny podcast
So fun.
that our friends do. And they asked us to do it. And
we did it.
we did it. And we were like, funny. We did improv.
We did improv. If you want to hear us do improv, or you just want to hear funny people do improv in general, go listen to that thing. We'll plug it again when it comes out. I
We
think
will.
It's not coming out for a few weeks, but it's called
Yeah.
Improv is Dead with Tim Lyons and Damien Anaya and sometimes Dan White.
And Dan White.
Yeah, who was one of our guests at one of our live shows.
Yes. And we accurately, the cards tipped the hat to the pregnancy and soon to be actual human, his son.
Mm-hmm.
And the 3 of swords was pulled, and it led to the discovery of heartburn. He was like, my wife has heartburn. I was like, oh. He's like, she's pregnant. We're like, oh.
Yeah, and then we pulled it. I forget which card it was, but it was like, oh, I think it was not King of Cups, but it was a cup card. And I was like, oh, is she due around this time? I think it's going to be a Scorpio.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Like, teehee.
Anyways, if you like funny Chicago improvisers and us,
Uh-huh.
we were on that.
Yeah.
What else is going on? I'm saving it all for blessings.
Oh, okay.
Got hot goss for the blessings.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know, I'll tip a little bit of it. It's so funny. You close the door on men. Actually, this really works for the 2 of swords. You know, I was like having my little thing with Lone Star, and then it was over. I said,
Like I didn't know.
I know, but it makes me so happy. That's my love language.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to drop gossip.
Oh, God.
Lone Star's been sending me songs.
Mm.
I said, let's not be friends. Let's not talk. And it was funny that you sent the first text being like, I want to respect your boundaries.
Do you want to?
And you're texting me a lot.
Okay.
But I guess he was kind of like, I guess you can say you don't want this. But anyways, I didn't. I just didn't really respond. So I did heart the first link of the song. A little wink. I was feeling bad. So I did it. And I'll be damned if it doesn't cheer me up.
Yeah.
But anyways, just kind of funny. I remember a long time ago, after I had sent a song to someone and was like, I sent a really good song to that boy that I got a tarot reading about where they said it was purely physical between us. And I remember in the bathtub wishing so hard that particularly like men I was interested in, love interests, would send me songs. And since then, they've been sending me songs. Like it worked.
Yeah.
It's so funny because on the same night, The Prisoner sent me a song,
Wow.
a little dancey song. Anyways, just kind of a funny thing. If you have a wish to make it in the bathtub. That's my advice.
Huge.
Huge. Little Epsom salt and a wish.
That's all she came into Hollywood with. Showed up off the bus with nothing but some Epsom salt and a wish.
And a wish, honey.
And a wish, honey. And
Oh.
now she gets songs.
Now she gets all the songs she wants.
Who has sent you the best songs?
The Prisoner.
Yeah.
Especially because he is a little experimental in his own music taste. And so a lot of discoveries of bands I like have come from The Prisoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lone Star sending some kind of like off the wall ones. Like one was like truly like a mariachi type. But like not mariachi. It wasn't like horn based. It was like
Less polka.
less polka. More soulful female singing.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of old school like Casa Vega type.
Yeah.
That woman we saw singing at Casa Vega that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Something like she would sing. I was like, okay, cool. But I'll add it to my hot girl walk playlist. but I do really like it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If you like it, I love it.
Thanks, Hannah. I really appreciate it.
And that's where I stand.
And that's where you stand. I know you, well, I don't want to tip it. It might be your blessing. I might be reading your mind, but you did order something huge for our household.
Oh yeah, it's not it wasn't my blessing.
Okay.
I'll go. I was influenced by TikTok, and you know what? I'll admit it. There are times where I think a purchase is going to change the trajectory of my life. It's going to save me.
She admitted.
She admitted fully. I never said I was smart. Never on this podcast, never anywhere have I proclaimed I'm a smart woman.
Well, we're in the same dirty hooker boat because I literally couldn't agree more about it changing the entire trajectory of our lives. Also, it'll change it a lot. It'll change it up and down and up and down.
Yeah, I bought us a mini trampoline because I saw a TikTok lady talking about how rebounding is, there's like a NASA study. It shows that it's just as effective for like cardio, weight loss, everything as running.
Love that.
And that it's really good for lymphatic drainage.
Oh, get it out of my face.
Mm-hmm. Get it out of there. And circulation, just all that kind of shit.
This is huge for us.
And it's fun.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it as long as you have to do running.
Exactly.
You only have to jump for like 10 minutes and it was like running, 30 minutes it said?
Yeah.
Get me on there.
So that's supposed to arrive today by 10 p.m.
Ooh.
So
I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to like be jumping and watching the Vampire Diaries.
exactly. I want to watch my stories
Yes.
while I'm bopping. And also it just sounds like fun. Like I feel like it'll also be good for my depression. Because it's like, can you be sat
your
on a
what?
trampoline? Depression. Can you be sat on a trampoline? Has anyone ever done that?
Saying depression funny and having it make me laugh. Is that irony? What is that?
What is up,
What is that?
James?
James? Well, I'm so excited and I can't wait to be so unbelievably lithe.
Fit, drained.
I love when British people say that someone looks fit.
Yeah.
Not quite as much. I like fancy more. I fancy them.
Oh yeah.
When they say a girl looks fit, proper fit. Ooh,
Yeah.
get me there. That reminds me of another actually update, just for everyone who's listening along. I did watch the Vampire Diaries with my sisters on Mother's Day. My parents went to bed, and my sisters and I stayed up with all my nieces watching the Vampire Diaries. We watched the end of season 2 and the premiere episode of season 3. And it was so funny because I turned the volume way down because they do a lot of jump scares on there to not scare the kids, but none of them cared. Not even like the 8-year-old was like on her iPad. The 5-year-old was like on her iPad, not cared. But the 3.5-year-old, very invested because it turns out that baby Renee loves werewolves. And that was the storyline. And this was Damon got bit by a werewolf and it was like, he's supposed to die. And so she kept being like, can we rewind to when he got bit? Is he going to be a werewolf? But is he changing?
Wow.
I know, like a little 3.5-year-old being like, and I was like, Kaylee, what's the deal? She's like, she loves werewolves. She really loves them. It's like, what a funny little personality quirk. It makes me so happy to be like, that's my
girls.
shit. Like really young. I know. And she is a little feral baby. So
Yeah, I guess I would put her in the werewolf camp. And I would say Olivia's vampire.
big time.
And I think Liara is vampire hunter.
Wow. And then that explains their dynamic.
Yeah.
They've started to like physically fight, which is, I wish I didn't enjoy it as much as I do. It just really makes me laugh the way like an 8-year-old fights, which is like snaking a leg out really fast, you know? Like, Jesus. Like why, like trying to hit him with like the tops of your feet, like a little mermaid fishtail. It's like, pow. And then Kaylee's like, don't do that. You freak, don't do that. Why would you hit your sister like that? Try to crack her with your little like shins, your shin bone. I guess that is a really strong part if you're like 8 and you weigh like 9 pounds.
Right.
Might as well hit him with the bones, but But she is Vampire Hunter. How astute, Han.
Thank you.
Yeah. But now I've sworn to not watch more Vampire Diaries until I'm with them.
Oh no.
They gave me permission to watch it, keep going, but I want to watch it with them.
Yeah.
So I'll have to find something else. It's also good too because it's. I think maybe binging TV like that is not a thing I should be allowing myself to do. It might be that's my gateway, like to depression.
Depression. Welcome to Depression.
Oh my god.
I'm the mayor.
Mayor of Depression. I think she's wearing a sleeping bag.
Come here.
No bra.
Always the Vampire Diaries on all the time. Like a sports bar, it's just all Vampire Diaries.
Sick. It sounds like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Pinocchio when you go to the scary land.
Oh yeah.
But actually it rules.
And yeah, it's just if you don't get turned into a donkey.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just don't get, just how about go have fun at the fair and just don't get turned into a donkey? How about that?
Yeah, or what if you did go and you got turned into a werewolf and then Rainey was like, this place fucking rules. I'm never leaving.
I want that for her.
Me too.
Well, should we cleanse our bodies and do things?
We should cleanse our bodies and do things.
Okay.
Should we cleanse the space a little bit?
Yeah.
I've been experimenting cleansing with sound. I do like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Even though that is our blessings bell. Don't get it twisted.
But we're blessing our space.
We are blessing the space. Done.
All right. And now our bodies. We're doing tequila today.
Yeah. We cleanse our bodies with a shot. Feel free to do it with us. From the womb to the tomb. Oh yeah, it tastes like when your body cracks as you change into a werewolf.
And all your clothes rip.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because of course you were wearing like a leather jacket,
Right.
which is actually a funny thing that happens on the Vampire Diaries. There are so many leather jackets circa 2010. People were wearing those leather jackets. I know it's hitting me again too. The moon's out, Hannah.
Yeah. Woo. Hooey.
Yeah, I know. That's a change from Fireball, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a good one. What if we never recovered?
Just like the whole episode is oh, so Two of Swords. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, a little chaser of Michelob Ultra.
Mm-hmm. Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, like the cure. So now that we've cleansed our bodies and we cleansed our space, I guess it is time for blessings.
Whee. I'll share a blessing. I would like to bless shower beers.
Oh, wow, Han.
Yeah. What is better, especially on vacation?
Yeah.
After you've like napped,
Oh,
and then it's like, okay,
stop.
time to go around two. Kind of like the TikTok you sent about pre-gaming after spending all day at the beach. But when you shower, take it in a can. Don't bring glass in there.
That's
y'all.
dangerous.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Don't bring it in a pool either.
Yeah, exactly. Bring a can or put it in a plastic cup. Your libation of choice while you get clean. It's cleansing. It's special. It's spiritual.
That blessing hit me in the chest like the bass at a concert. That reverberates, Han.
Yeah.
Shower beers. That's going to go in our live show.
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's so good.
Thanks.
And now Hannah is lighting the little candle. And that flame burns bright and high.
Sure does.
All right. I have a blessing to share.
Tell me.
I like that phrasing. I like making it sound like we're in a little circle. I have a blessing to share today. Continuing on with my little texting. You know, when you're single and your whole life is like within your phone via texting?
Yeah.
That's where I am. I'm in texting land.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to the land where you turn into donkeys. But regardless of Lone Star, whatever, the prisoner, I had invited the prisoner to go see a show at Dynasty Typewriter on a Friday. And I texted the prisoner early in the morning. And I was like, here's a show and here's what's cool about it. And here's all the funny stuff. It was Joe Mandy, who was a writer on Hacks and Parks and Rec and all this stuff. The end of Netflix is a joke, which, by the way, I went to 1 million of those shows. And it was soul killing. It was funny, but too much.
There's only so much comedy you can take.
Comedy sucks, dude. I don't think anything's out to get me more than vampires. Fine. Werewolves, actually, please. Comedy, no, thank you.
No.
You and I having done a bunch of it this morning, and then me coaching like every fucking night of the week.
Good thing we're not doing it now. Don't have to worry about that on this podcast.
Life is so funny, aka comedy. Life is comedy.
Life is a comedy.
Anyways, which means it's a drama. Okay, so I sent all this stuff and I was like, I have 2 tickets, like all cute, right? I don't hear from the prisoner all fucking day.
Gasp.
On a Friday.
Gasp.
So at Friday at 5:42 p.m., I'd had enough. And I just wrote in all caps, okay, never mind. Really got him. Okay, never mind. And the prisoner was like, oh shit, so sorry, I've been cleaning all day. Like, probably a legit thing, but whatever. Thank you for inviting me. Sorry I missed it. I hope it's cool. I didn't respond.
Good.
And the next day the prisoner was like, how was it? I didn't respond.
Good.
So mad. I don't know why I got so mad, but I got really mad.
You're allowed to get mad.
Well, also I went to that show by myself. I couldn't give that ticket away.
Sorry, Joe.
Sorry about that, Joe. It's not your fault. It's because Netflix is a joke.
Yeah, it was oversaturated.
It was at the end. It was literally like in the last 3 days of the festival too. And like, you know, Dynasty can be tough on a Friday. It was like 7 p.m. Yeah.
Everyone's tired of comedy. Also,
Yeah.
he's fine. He's a rich TV writer.
Yeah. He came out and was like, I just did my Netflix special. And so this is going to be more of a conversation. It like wasn't even like he had a full, and that was the problem with the festival was like, look, I love going to see shows. I'm so supportive of a comedy festival happening here in LA, but like it wasn't as if everyone was like preparing for it and had it locked and loaded. It was more like, oh shit, like, okay, yeah, I'll take the money and I'll do it.
Right, because it's like just for laughs, there's like people going and like bringing their A game.
Right.
Right.
And this felt more like everybody kind of like, ooh, dusting off whatever they had in the closet to kind of, or even starting new sets. It was kind of interesting.
Huh.
Yeah, and I think he also made a joke about how it felt like Goldman Sachs in the 80s when you're at like a lavish Christmas party and you're like, this can't last. So I think he was very aware of what the vibe was. And also if Joe Mandy is listening to this, we've won. I said, okay, never mind, right? He was like, sorry, blah, blah, blah. How was it? I didn't respond. Yesterday, he sends me literally the best. It came via text, voice message I've ever received in my entire life. And half of the reason I'm doing this and blessing it is because I need it to be saved somewhere in perpetuity in case like as I quite often do, throw my phone away.
Right.
Just throw it away at a party. Just throw it away over a cliff into the sea. So anyways, I'm going to play it. It's so incredible. It's truly art.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
All right, let me make sure my phone's all the way up. Okay, so I'm about to bless this voice message. All right, here we go.
Hey, Dickie. It's me. I'm sorry. I'm about to hop on my flight for my job as an architect to go pitch a big client. Boss says it'll be my head if I lose this account, but hey, you know what they say. Life is like a box of chocolates. Unpredictable, full of surprises, and sometimes, well, you end up with a few nuts. Well, I definitely felt like a nut on that day, the day that I failed you. I remember the way your message popped up on my screen. It's like a beacon in the night. You were reaching out, bearing your soul, and all I did was let it fade into the void of unread notifications. God, I wish I could take it back. I don't know. I guess life had other plans that day. Threw me a curveball. At my left, at my right, I found myself just drowning in a sea of chaos. Work piled up, deadlines loomed over me like storm clouds, and amidst it all, your message just got lost in the shuffle. I know, it's no excuse. I should have made time for you, for us. Because you're not just a friend. You're a lifeline. You've been there through thick and thin. I let you down when you needed me the most. I can't promise to make it right overnight, or even to never mess up again. But what I can promise is to cherish our friendship like the rarest treasure. To be there for you, to listen, to laugh, to cry, and yes, to text back faster than you can say Tusky cream pie. So here's to second chances, to forgiveness, and to hope that our bond is stronger than my momentary lapse in judgment. I'm sorry, truly and deeply sorry, and I'll try to spend every day proving that to you.
Good afternoon, passengers.
Well,
This is the
that's
pre-boarding
me.
announcement for
Guess I
flight
better go.
3728 to Kansas City.
Bye, Dickie.
Say a little prayer for right. You know that if we are to stay alive and see the light in every eye.
Prisoner, you've outdone yourself.
It makes tears come out of my face. Oh, it's so funny. It's when the I Don't Want to Wait popped. The first time I listened to it in my car, I was like, oh my God. Like, I should have pulled over to listen to it. I was laughing so hard. I was actually probably very dangerous. But it's so, so funny. And obviously, so I got that that work of art. Mm-hmm. And he also said, P.S., would you like to go see Challengers? But then what happened, unfortunately, is, I had a really busy day yesterday. And I was kind of like, okay, what I'm going to do is, as I was driving, I was like, I'm going to send him back a voice message just as funny.
Yes.
I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, I'm like, when you're a new vampire and you've just been bitten, your emotions are like running high, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was going to put frou frou in the background.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I was like trying to think like what could be like an airport. I was like, maybe I should just be at an airport too. And I was like crafting like a little like thing I can make. But, I ran home to shower, ran to work drinks, ran to go coach one of the Herald teams, and then like got home so late. I just didn't do it last night. And then today you and I woke up and did this like podcast this morning, and then had to do work, and now we're recording. I just never got around to it, but I want to do it right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He sent me a big old long text today because I never responded to like the coolest thing ever.
He thinks you're like super mad.
Super mad. When I got that and I was like immediately not mad anymore and was like, but I didn't respond because I wanted to respond in kind.
But it just,
I didn't get the
life
chance.
gets in the way sometimes.
Life got in the way sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get a couple of nuts.
And I was a nut.
I love the part where he's flying, like, I guess from Tokyo to Kansas City because the voice is like so over the speaker is like Kansas City. Okay. But going to Kansas City as an architect is so funny. But anyway, so he sent me a very long thing, which I won't ring. But he's like basically like, while I'm a little miffed that you would spite me for not seeing and responding to your text, I imagine you're doing something because it hurt your feelings, blah, blah. I know the last, but basically like, a very sweet, genuine long text about like, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh no, I'm just trying to respond. I have an idea for it. But I should have realized I was keeping you on the hook. I'm not mad. I want to see Challengers.
Dickie.
I know. He's like, okay, good. Nice to hear from you. Anyways, I deeply love him. And it's so funny. And also, he's right. Like, we are like friends primarily. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I love to talk about him so much on the pod and stuff, it's like we've been buds for a long, long time. And like, I didn't mean to not respond to like a friend,
Right.
But whoops. Whoops.
He's fine.
He's fine. It's actually not that bad. But it's just funny that I was
Really
kind of like,
funny.
I'll get to it. But when it's like almost like a little homework thing, I was like, I got to do it. It's got to be funny.
Right.
And so this is actually probably better. I was just like, well, I would have been to Frou Frou and anyways, whatever. I liked it. Thank you. And that's my blessing.
Light it up.
Light her up. Open up your Honey eyes. Do, do, do.
All right.
Oh my God. After all that laughter, it's time for curses.
That one cut. I feel like it cut off.
Yeah, that's weird. It did cut off.
That's not how it normally ends. Is it dying?
Is it the Batsuri? Or is someone actually dying?
Oh no.
Well, we're not gonna think too hard about that.
Nah. All right.
I'll just like shove that across the table a little bit. Give it a little squish over there.
Over there. Live over there. He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. Okay. I would like to curse being sore after working out. So I do something. Let me get this straight. I do something I don't really feel like doing. That's good for my body. And this is how you repay me? I feel like shit. What? It hurts to sit down and stand up.
Do you hurt right now?
Yeah.
And you're just sitting in a chair.
I'm just sitting, but yeah. My arms are sore. My shoulders are sore. My damn ass.
My damn ass.
My hammies. Why is that? I mean, I know why, but it's just not fair.
Well, you're not really asking why. You're asking why.
Yeah, exactly. So stop that.
Yeah. It's a good curse.
Yeah.
Because why should you be punished for being so good?
The workout was punishment.
Yeah.
I didn't love doing it. I did it because I need to do it. So
Yeah.
It's good for me.
Well, and then it's hard because you can't just work out again
I know.
because now you're sore. Seems like a flaw in the system.
I think it is. So I'm going to do my part to put a stop to it.
Hannah is blowing out the candle. Ooh, she had some resistance there.
I did not like that one.
Or is it because you're so sore that you can't?
Yeah, my
you literally
diaphragm.
don't have the muscles to blow slightly across the table. Well, I would like to curse something I heard that is funnier than anything I'll ever say. And now it's a word that's sticking with me. And then I think that it kind of ties in because it names a part of the body that mama wants to work out and get rid of. And that term is fupacabra. The fupacabra.
That's fun.
I know. And now I can't help it. Every time I'm like looking at at my body, I'm like, is that a fupacabra?
What? Okay. So fupa is
Did you ever hear fupa as fat upper pussy area?
yes.
Which is so crazy.
That's crazy. A thing that I think I learned in like middle school. That's a crazy thing for children to say.
Also, you and I were in different states and we both heard it.
Yeah.
The whole West Coast was saying fupa.
Fupa. Disgusting. And I think I remember they would call certain girls fupa troopas.
Fupa.
Not very nice. Okay, so we have fupa and then
King Fupa.
King Fupa. And then Fupacabra, which I'm assuming is like a chupacabra, which is the
mystical.
the cryptid from Mexico, the goat sucker.
Yes.
So pray tell, Fupacabra, is that just a, what is that?
What is that? James? I really think it's just fupa. I think it's just a fupa, but you're calling it something that's longer. And it's kind of funny. I think it literally is just like, if you're like, that's a fupacabra, you might as well say it, that's a fupa. Like, I have a fupa and I have a fupacabra. And they are one and the same. But one's a little funnier to say. And so then you say it more and then you're like forced to acknowledge
Okay.
the existence of it. Yeah, there is something about maybe it's like, maybe you think it's there, but it's not actually there.
Oh.
But that's me spinning now. That's me running with it.
Right.
I heard it as someone saying she has a fupacabra. That would be the Urban Dictionary.
She has a Fupacabra.
That fat upper pussy area came at boys right away. Is that Cabra?
Yeah.
Fupa, Cabra. Came at boys right away because it's the farthest part. It sticks out the most north, like the front of
And
a.
gets closer to the boys.
Gets closer to the boys. Like the bow of a boat. Anyways, I don't.
Just sit with that for a second.
I'm just sitting with Fupa Cabra and I can't stop. Like, it's a thing I want to be. You know, when you hate something a lot and then you want to say it a lot?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that stage where I sort of am ironically saying it, but I know it's about to enter the lexicon.
Yeah.
So I was trying to curse it to stop it. It's like being taken over by a werewolf. The Fupa Cabra has me in its clutches. Also, a Chupacabra could be in the Vampire Diaries world.
Yeah, I could see a Fupa Cabra showing up on a CW show.
A Fupa Cabra.
Yeah.
Woo! Get out. Yeah, get out of here, Fupa Cabra. How do you even slay a Chupacabra?
I don't know.
Because I know how you slay a Fupa Cabra. It's with a mini trampoline.
Stupid.
I know.
Stupid. Okay.
How do you kill Chupacabra? Water. People say that Chupacabras are scared of water and don't know how to swim.
Oh.
Sunlight would be destroyed if exposed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Shotgun.
Sure.
Fire. Acid venom bites. Not just venom, but like acid venom.
Okay.
It said this would possibly kill them. Anyways,
So
that's
most things
just
that would kill
Google.
anything, aside from sunlight.
Right. Shotgun.
Shotgun. Yeah. I would also die from a shotgun.
Yeah. Okay. It's not really a mythical answer, but okay. Oh, it's from the Unnatural World Wiki.
Okay.
So I'll take that for law.
That's our resource.
The word is bond. Beautiful. Shall we move on to speaking about the actual Two of Swords?
Yeah. Two of Swords.
A Chupacabra.
A Chupacabra.
Comedy is trying to get you.
Comedy. So now we begin our deep dive on the Two of Swords. The card depicts a woman sitting on the shore next to calm coastal waters. She's blindfolded. She's holding and balancing two swords. And it looks like it's either dusk or dawn.
Because the moon's in the corner.
Because the moon is up in the corner.
There's a moon in the corner.
Yeah.
It's crazy times. Well, this card generally, when we pull it, what are some... Let's do a little word cloud
Yeah.
for the Two of Swords when you pull her. Because like I would say, I feel like this card is not necessarily negative, but it is a little bit of a like, watch out kind of feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think, yeah, to me it's about like transition, maybe like being okay with the in-between, being in limbo in that gray area. It's uncertain, but it's not,
Yeah.
doesn't have to be scary.
I feel like when I flip this over, I'm like, bam, like Emerald. I'm like, bam. Decisions.
Yeah.
Someone's got to make a decision.
Hmm.
Feels to me like a choice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, or maybe a better word is being at a crossroads.
Yeah.
It reminds me visually of when my oldest niece, Liara, put her head through the two sort of metal bars on the staircase, like on holding the banister up, and she got stuck. And she kept saying, she was like 5, she's like, I stuck. But she also kind of loved being stuck because the whole family came rushing over and was laughing, and she was like kind of laughing, but she was also panicked. But she was laughing, but she was like very panicked because her head was stuck.
Right.
And then my mom actually got her unstuck by putting a silk scarf over her head and being able to push it back through
So
because
smart.
it held her ears close.
Oh.
I know. Also, I helped push her head through. Like, they're pushing, and I was like, I'm going to help. And I just put my hand on her face and just pushed her through. But maybe the universe is trying to help a little bit too. With like,
yeah.
but you're stuck. Maybe need to make a decision somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this card maybe calls a little bit for meditation or intuition to get past whatever stalemate you might or choice you might be at. I've also seen that's a little bit about maybe recharging batteries because she's so calm, and there's like a calmness, a peace to this card, despite the big swords in it. And lastly, maybe like a need for like truth, just because it is swords.
Yes.
And so that's like more of a thought, all swords being sort of mental thought in the space of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole brain go crazy.
Your whole brain go crazy. So you got to calm down. You got to recharge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's a good segue into sort of the symbolism of it, because this card does complement the major arcana card, Justice.
Yes.
But Justice is not blindfolded. This woman is. So she can't see what's ahead, but she's still at peace with it. And also too, in this, like, it's not night, it's not day. That's also a transition and kind of magic. If you look to nature during these times, it's when things are kind of coming alive, going to sleep. It's a transitory time, but it's also like kind of like something kind of magic about it.
Yes. Anytime the moon is in the corner, there's like a little bit of magic to it. And this moon in particular is in a growth phase.
Yeah.
So exactly like what you're saying, this like transitive time where you're sort of like growing as opposed to like changing too, I think.
And that she's right between the water and solid ground.
Yes. Also, isn't it funny how her little feet are kind of duck feet?
She does have kind of little duck feet.
They're like pointing in two different directions. She's like a ballerina in first position, kind of. It's interesting. But another thing that can lead to the kind of warning part of the card, I feel, is the rocks in the water behind her. Just like how all boats have to be careful that you don't like, ruin your hull, and that orcas haven't, dragged you into this little cove so they can sink your yacht. Holla. That there's sort of like, there might be rocky sort of shores ahead. So just look out and look in. I think the other thing that was kind of cool I was telling you is that it's interesting that her hair is parted and there is like a little piece above the blindfold where it almost looks like third eye, which can point to using your intuition to get past whatever this phase is. And I do think it's interesting that she's covering her heart with her arms. I think that it is like another part of this is maybe the emotions are blocked and we're all in the head, really thinking about what we're supposed to be doing or what the choice is, or it's not so in the heart.
Right. Or maybe speaking to what you said earlier about it being about like a time of like recharging.
Yeah. Protection
And time to, you're kind of like you're not in the mix. You're away from the world and you're taking time to sort of maybe heal or process or think about something.
Yeah. It's like a little like cocoon stage when you become all gooey before you become a butterfly.
Yeah.
Side note, I think I might be a butterfly for Halloween.
Cute.
I know. Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
Yeah.
Does that tickle you here?
Yeah, it does.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
That would be kind of fun, little butterfly. Okay.
Have you noticed anything for this card, astrologically speaking?
It is associated with air signs, Libra.
I see big Libra energy in this card. Like she's a beautiful woman, but she's not making a decision to save her life.
And God bless you guys.
God bless you guys. Also that there are like two giant swords like right by her face and she's like calm.
She's serving.
She's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. In fact, do you like my dress?
Right.
I love my dress.
But I think internally screaming.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, no problem. I can hold these 2 swords for you. No problem. Yeah. How long do you need me? Oh, you don't know? Okay, I'll just wait here by the ocean with these 2 swords. No problem. No, totally fine. Totally fine.
Oh, a blindfold too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's chic.
Yeah, no, cute. Okay.
I'll just make it a headband later.
Okay. See you whenever. Yeah.
I'm good. The water's not rising, is it?
You know what? I'll deal with it.
I'll deal. I'm fine. You know what? I got this.
I got this actually.
You guys go ahead. You go ahead. Just get a table for 4. You go ahead.
Yeah. I'm easy breezy.
I'm a beautiful cover girl. So reversey. Can we talk about this card reversed?
Let's talk about it.
So if you turn a Libra upside down on their head, what do you get? I've noticed that whenever we've pulled it, it can be obviously about indecision, maybe in a more negative way. But also I think it's almost more about the blindfold, where there's like something you don't see that could be, that would affect your choice if you knew it. And maybe that's why you're not making a choice yet, because you like sense there's something and you just don't know what it is yet.
Right. You don't have all the information.
Yeah. There's an X factor, literally like your swords.
She's making an X.
But something that you need to know to decide. Also, if you add in the moon, it could be deception. You could be being deceived. Watch out. Another interpretation, though, could just be emotional detachment. Again, in a more negative light than like just like sort of taking your time and your space, but that maybe someone is like being defensive, or you're being defensive for a reason. Have you noticed anything with it reversed hand?
Basically everything that of what you're saying, and just the indecision. Like it's time for action now. Like
Yes.
maybe you've recharged enough. You've taken your time.
Let's
Now,
go.
Let's go.
Kind of a hand to the face, if you will, to push you through.
Yeah.
Boot you out of the stairs.
Yep.
Because you can't stay there forever.
Yep.
The other thing I saw about this reverse, I thought this was interesting, that upright, they associate it with the term light seer, and reversed, shadow seer.
Oh,
Is that interesting?
that is very interesting.
I didn't get more of a deep dive into it, but I do like those terms. The little Pisces moon in me loves a little poetic kind of mystery like that. But I think what you're talking about too with dawn or dusk, that it's like maybe upright dawn, reverse dusk into night, you know?
Oh, interesting.
That's a little bit of our own spin, but
Yeah. Would a light seer see a sleeping mouse, and a shadow seer sees a dead rat?
and the light seer's like, you're going to make it because you know that the rat's name is not Ratatouille. I do famously think that you and I make like a little light seer, shadow seer. And shadow seer, I think, is the chic one. Shadow seer, again, being the Damon. Light seer being the Stefusi, the Stefan.
Stefusi.
A little shout out for the vampire TVD fans.
Oh, hell yeah.
Know that Paul Wesley is called by the fans a Stefusi. And he really likes it, which makes me love him. But yes, light seer and shadow seer. And maybe that's a little bit about what you should look for. Should you look for the light? Should you look for the shadow?
Oh, I love that.
Right?
As guidance.
As guidance.
Okay.
Kind of a cute way to think about it.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this card in regards to love?
I have so many thoughts. In love, typically having to make a choice between two well-balanced, a difficult choice.
Yeah.
Between two suitors. Or that there might be a suitor, and if it is a specific suitor, and it's not that there's two, it could be someone that sort of is in the in-between, and that you need to be patient and move a little slowly because they are in transition.
Oh.
And if it's about you, it could be your heart is in transition and you're kind of like in a place where you're still
Maybe not ready, or
figuring it out a little bit. Maybe you haven't done all the processing you need to do, which would famously be something I would like to do one of these days. But yeah, that it really is about a choice. And again, if we're leaning into the moon and the deception and all that, maybe just like look a little, peek under the carpet, and not like go through their phone, but just like look inside yourself and be like, am I ignoring a warning sign?
Yeah.
Are there rocks in the water that I'm not seeing, as I drive my boat into this cove?
Yes.
As the Fupacabra proudly breaks through the water.
Because unlike chupacabras, fupacabras can swim. And can't get killed by a shotgun.
Or water.
Yeah.
Or acid venom. They're fine.
You heard it here first.
Those are my thoughts on love. What would you think if you pulled this in a love reading?
I think upright, it would definitely be about someone, yourself, or the person you're pulling about being in a place where they're maybe not ready.
Yeah.
Or they're still, they're in a transition, either between out of a relationship, or maybe they have a new job or something, or they're in between jobs, or something is affecting the way that they can commit to you. And if I pulled it reversed in that shadow seer way, I would think like this is a person who doesn't want to commit. at all, or this is someone you're like waiting on. Maybe even someone you're already with, like you're waiting for them to like grow up. You're waiting for them to address, like you've addressed an issue with them that keeps coming up and they're not doing it.
Famous Libra, Tom Schwartz.
Oh yeah.
Giving a little Tom Schwartz energy from Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'll be vulnerable with our little orca squad right now. I remember my last boyfriend, who was a Scorpio, he once asked me like, what is it about Scorpios? What's the thing with Scorpios? And I was like, oh, there's this thing with Scorpios where they like are so good at secrets that they often keep them from themselves.
Oh God.
And when we were breaking up, I said to him, I was like, one of the issues, which we were stuck in this little phase, I was like, you never said I love you. And like, I say I love you to like lots of people all the time. And I never regret it either. Cause I mean it. If I mean it, I say it.
Yeah.
But he said, I think, you know, that thing you said about Scorpios? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I think I didn't even let myself know that I didn't love you until we got to this place. And now I see it. And I was like, so you never loved me? He was like, oh, right. I was like, okay. I know. Isn't that crazy? It's funny because it hurt in the moment, but I have processed that one. So now I can say it. But that happened to me and I'm fine, you guys. So
Jesus Christ.
Talk about rocks in the water.
I don't like that, man.
I know. But I'll tell you what, I really appreciated him saying it. Do you know what I mean? Like if that's how he felt, I wanted to know, you know, and that's why we were breaking up. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like I would rather prefer that than someone not saying it.
Yeah.
Cause then it's like, okay, now I can take that information and actually get over you,
Yeah.
you know? It's harsh.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
We can cut this out.
Yeah, let's see if we do.
But also, he's never been in love with anyone.
That's correct.
So he don't even know what love is.
He hasn't said it to anyone. Yeah. Which is another reason I think I didn't take it super personally.
Right. Because you actually
like,
don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. And I was kind of like, I feel like there's a block there. But, you know, at that point, you can't armchair analyze. It's like the only thing you could do is like find the door and get out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
But yeah, I was kind of like, and I didn't want to weaponize that either. Because also,
Right.
too, didn't happen with us, you know, regardless. But yeah, he had not said it to anyone else either.
Yeah.
And I was an I love you slut. Saying it to everybody.
I think that's the way to be.
Yeah, because also I did love them.
Yeah.
Loved lots of people. Got no problems with that.
And that's really beautiful.
Thanks.
It's brave to have an open heart.
Yes.
Sorry.
But anyways, that's the subtext whenever we pull this card. I kind of think of that moment a little bit where I'm like, whatever that was, I feel it sometimes that's the shadow sea or part a little bit. It's like, what do you need to look within yourself to find? And also look, if he is a Scorpio and that is really his whole thing, then he had to go another layer deeper. He's still hiding a secret from himself. It's like Inception. He was only on the top floor. Yeah, like kick back into that tub and make a wish.
Make a wish with some Epsom salt.
With some Epsom salt. Dare to dream a little bigger, darling. Also, I think I kind of famously am always like, it's not me. I'm good.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it was all right. Anyways, I have fun pairings for this card. Also, that was an experience that happened to me. I think I'm allowed to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's some fun pairings for this card. If you pull the Two of Swords with the Lovers card, it can be a warning of something you're blind to in love, right? And like, also I love this. Someone was saying it might be, are you settling?
Damn.
I know. The Lovers is also a choice card.
Right.
So maybe there's something about like not making a scary choice and just kind of,
Yeah.
the card's doubling down like, make a decision.
Yeah.
The Two of Swords and the Five of Cups. End the drama, honey.
Wow.
Take yourself out of it. that there's like all this like emotional drama happening and you should like step up to the plate or leave.
Oh.
Like if you can end it, great. But if not, get out.
Walk away.
Walk away.
All you got to do is walk away. Remember that Vine?
I can see her.
When there's drama at school, all you got to do is walk away. That's that combo.
The vibrato. That watery teen voice. Like, I took her advice.
Smart.
So you're right. I got to get out of this. Two of Swords and the Knight of Cups, which we love, that little crushy card.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, and this is a little harsh,
Uh-oh.
that the relationship won't last because it's going to be pretty fast and quick. So just avoid getting emotionally attached.
Oh.
Just kind of like, you know, protect yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
This one might not be the end all be all. So just cover your heart.
Yeah.
Put that big,
Get those two broadswords.
just hold them tight.
Hold them tight.
Grip them real tight. You might need them.
You're going to need those.
You're going to need those, honey. The Two of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. I believe our little charity card. Ooh. You might need to take someone under your wing. And you are sort of in the place of peace. So help someone else who is struggling.
Wow.
Pass along the wisdom.
I like that.
Tell your traumatic story to however many people are listening across all podcast platforms.
7
platforms. 7 listeners.
7 listeners.
Like the 7 seas
Yeah.
that the orcas swim in. The Two of Swords and the Fool.
Mm-hmm.
Open up. Take that leap.
Cool.
Go. Get. Ride 'em, cowgirl.
Cowgirl up.
Cowgirl up. Maybe she's barn with it. That's a deep joke. If you got that, you get to be one of our 7 listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe she's barn with it. Maybe she's
Barnlean.
Maybe she's barn with it. Maybe she's neighboring.
Wow.
Nay. Beline. Well, Hannibal, that's all I got on. That's all I got on the Two of Swords. You got anything else?
Nah, I think we freaked it.
I think so too. Well, you guys, we really appreciate you.
We had a lot of fun today.
We did. That's what happens when you do tequila and not Fireball.
Yeah, different energy.
A very different energy. A barn burner, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, we're with you guys.
From the womb
To the tomb.